introductions first, with a little something to add on to it. Today's question for us to explore. So, right, this March, we've kind of been exploring the theme of music and rebirth and creation and how these all kind of tie in together. And spring is here. God bless. And with that, I don't know. Maybe now's a good time to like do some spring intention setting, cleaning out the old, getting ready for the new. What are some musical intentions that you got for the spring season? How's that
Um,
sound?
I haven't really thought of it that way. I've
No?
just been doing my thing, and the songwriting um, aspect of music is pretty new to me. I've been writing things down for years and years, but not really, finishing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess my intention would be to really follow through on some of my earlier thoughts and lyrics and really see where it takes me and make some new songs.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Well, you're definitely in the right place for some encouraging, kind support. We're all here to just uplift one another, so that's
nice.
what I love about these guys. Um,
Yeah, for me,
yeah.
it's kind of about continuous growth because something came up today or in the last couple of days as I've been um, just practicing my songs for tomorrow. And I've realized I've never performed sober before.
Oh wow.
That's big.
And so a lot of old feelings are coming up,
Mm-hmm.
like anticipating the party time and, just lots of memories.
Mm-hmm.
And so just continuing to grow through this new experience and push on through because it's the type of thing that I'd often run away from and be like, okay, well, I'm not touching the guitar for a couple of weeks. I need a break, you know, but just continuing to face, um, it as a positive challenge and go forward from there.
Good stuff. Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow's show. I'm nervous. I'm like, when I planned it, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be pretty straightforward to pull off, and now it's like actually happening. And I'm like, oh wow, this is a thing, and it's a cool thing. Um, yeah, I think for me the intention is really just about deepening that element of like, I don't know. I think for a long time my my goal in building this, or I've stressed too much a goal of like trying to make money from music and creativity in the arts. And now I'm kind of at that stage of just realizing the depth of connection that music has to offer me and how it brings me together with people and how that's like really the value that I'm seeking here. So
Mm.
getting that chance to like perform for the first time a couple weeks ago, uh, and just kind of, yeah, continuing to make myself uncomfortable in the realm of songwriting and expression and putting myself out there, and even
Mhm.
throwing this up as a live stream today was like, it was just, I was on the bike before and I was just like, what's missing? If I want to build community, what's the best way to just like reach people and connect with people? And I was like, this is a great way to do it. So yeah, it's just continuing this process and writing more great music with great people. So thanks for being here. Um, yeah. Anybody have a song they want to share to start with as well? Right? I know you said that you haven't finished anything, but if you'd like to just throw something on there, or we can break the ice for you.
Um, yeah, I mean, I wasn't really thinking I was going to be playing full songs here.
Oh.
That's cool.
I have lots of lyrics, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of have a lot of questions more than anything else at this point, as far as
That's fun.
putting the songs together and how you guys do it. I mean,
Mhm.
are you of the mindset that you just write all your lyrics down and then come up with the tune, or do you start with the licks and the tune and build the lyrics to that? I One of my things that I've found and is that I can write things out and rhyme things out into verses and choruses and bridges. But then when I start playing, if I don't have a tune to go with it, I start playing the tune and then none of it goes together. It just
Mm-hmm.
all falls apart, or you have to rewrite things and condense things to the point where the original lyrics lose their meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Or so I'm wondering if you guys have gone through that process too, and how you guys approach it a little bit.
Sure. I mean, I've had songs that started out as something, and through something like you describe, it turns out the song is actually about something else. And then I'm like, hey, actually, that's even better, or something like that. And then I'll go back to the original idea and make a different song out of that.
Yeah.
Just letting the creative process flow, and whatever happens, happens. And then if you still want to express that idea the way you wanted to, try it a different way. Then you have two songs, you know? For me, I often build it up like a casserole, like it's all at the same time. Like I'll maybe sit down and start playing a lick, and then um, a lyric will come to my head, and then I'll write that down and start, and then a chorus will come out. Um, and as that happens, I figure out, oh, I think maybe this will sound neat musically. And it just kind of all evolves at once for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare that I write like a full lyric and then add music to it.
Okay.
As much as I would enjoy doing that, like I have done that with other people's poetry, added music to it, but I don't think I can recall a time when I actually, at least not consistently, when I wrote my own poetry and then added music to it.
Okay.
But that's just how it works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about you, Aiden?
Yeah, it's interesting. First and foremost, there's no right answer here. It's just kind of what comes to me. For me, mainly like my best songs, the stuff that I'm like really proud of, have just come through as like I sit down and I'm feeling something and I start kind of playing and diddling to it, and then I'll just kind of like find a sound or a riff or something that I really like and that feels like where I'm at, and then that will just kind of inspire a lyric, and then that will just start snowballing into a song.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had maybe one or two experiences where I've found a melody that I've then attached music to afterwards, but even then, like, the melody was in my head. Like there was one sort of melody that came to me that was like,
Oh, I can't hear it.
no, it's like
No.
dun 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 dun. It just like that by itself was like a nice melody that just kind of came to me, and I found the chords and stuff for that afterwards, and that was just like a nice sort of progression of finding a melody and bringing music to it versus other times where kind of sitting down playing guitar and something comes from that. But I don't think I've ever really had an experience where I've just written down words and then put music to the words. That to me makes no sense from a songwriter standpoint, but there's a lot of poets I know who like writing their poetry and then adding music to it afterwards. It's a very like Joni Mitchell-esque type of approach where it's more about just the flow of the lyrics with the music versus kind of creating rhythm, melody, pattern. That tends to come for me, at least from, I guess, just getting inspired by the moment. We got a couple I've got Dom here as well. Dom's a great guy who's always been coming around for the live streams and stuff. And he says, I always appreciate the songwriter approach because I'm more of a producer and lyrics are secondary. So interesting. And living with a song and making little changes as you perform it. So I don't know if that ties into it at all. But
Yeah, a
I'm
little
doing
bit.
my best to figure out how to tie the two in. Mick, what's up?
Hello.
You're joining in
Sorry
on.
I'm late.
No, you're fine. Uh, Surprise, by the way, we're in a live stream as well today. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I thought I'd try something new. So we got just a couple of my friends who are hanging out with us now as well. I don't know the best way to show you guys the chat or if that's a possibility. Actually, I'll see. But we were just talking, and Mick is a great songwriter as well. Just about our personal processes and kind of how you write songs. Because right here, new to our circle, can say hello.
Hey
Hello.
there.
Is, yeah, I mean you can say it for yourself, right? I don't need to talk for you.
Yeah, we were just talking about, riffs first versus lyrics first, and how I just wanted to get an idea how these guys kind of formulate their songs, and so that was one thing. And I think what Aiden was just saying there about the flow of words, like if the words are there first and then you put some a tune to those words, you kind of have to flow all those words along, and it kind of, it's an interesting way of doing it. I've had some success with that, but I think majority of it is more like what Dan was saying about it coming together all together with the riff and the feeling and a couple of words, and then building from there. I think I find it hard, or a lot of my stuff when I'm thinking it makes a lot of sense to me, but then and then
Yeah.
when you go back over it, is it really tying in? Is there a really cohesive theme here? Um, that's something that I'm learning to try to incorporate into these songs. So feel free to add to that, please.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think you mean cohesive flow in terms of like the how much sense the lyrics make? Is that what you mean?
Yes, yeah. The theme of the song.
You know the song. Yeah, I can kind of relate to that. I feel like I don't have a lot of confidence necessarily in my musicality, and I kind of like to. I think of myself more as a person who writes songs that then knows how to like actually create the melodies in my head on my instrument, if that makes sense. So I
Mhm.
usually have a pretty basic kind of chord structure, and then I kind of like build out the song from there. And I really like lyrics, so that's kind of like something that I find I tend to focus on.
Hey, Mick, are you able to turn up your mic at all?
Oh yeah, you guys are having trouble with that again, hey?
Yeah.
Might reset every time.
It seems
Also,
to reset, yeah.
yeah, Dom is adding in as well. He says like it's better he finds to react to the music and see what kind of phrasing it wants as opposed to lyrics first. Makes it more
Yeah.
musical.
I feel like I need to ask you guys every time I speak if you can hear me because it seems to just default back to the old mic setting. But is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm the only one not wearing headphones, so it was problematic for me.
okay, all right. Well, is it good now, Dan?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Uh, yeah. So I, I kind of construct the theme of the song as I go too. I very rarely have like a very concrete idea of what I want to write ahead of time. I almost like get inspired by the lyrics that come out, and then I think, oh, there's a theme, and I kind of run with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I find the thematic element of a song kind of just like appears. I don't generally know what a song is about until I start writing it. And then it's like once I find the theme or the story of a song, then sometimes I do have to like consciously keep myself from making lines that are like too far off. I do think there's an element of songwriting that is about like making sure you're sticking to a story. It's kind of like I don't know if J.K. Rowling was writing Harry Potter, but then started writing about vampires and you know pixies kind of, versus sort of staying in the realm of witches and warlocks and magic. It's kind of like you're making sure that as you're writing that you're kind of sticking within the frame of what it's originally set out to be. Otherwise the song can kind of feel like it's going all over the place. That's just been a part of my experience as well.
Yeah, one thing I find is that I'm not very disciplined in the sense that I feel like I can sit down and write a song if I don't feel like some inspiration. And I guess I wondered if that's the same for you folks. Like, do you have to kind of wait for inspiration to strike sometimes and you go, oh, I think I might be onto something here? Or do you sit and write songs?
Only occasionally do I sit down with the intent of writing a song, or like when I'm not feeling inspired. Like, for example, there's a group that I go to, and they were celebrating an anniversary, and I had agreed to play something, but I decided, why not write something specifically for them? And so I sat down with that intent, and it took me a couple of weeks to get that flow where the song actually came out. But when it did, it was like an hour, boom, done.
Wow. So if you have like some sort of inspiration or a reason to write something, you can kind of form something around that.
Yeah.
But something out of the blue is a lot harder if you're just doing it out of nowhere.
If I try and force it, yeah, it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
But often my inspiration will come out of the blue.
Okay, I can relate to that.
So
Yeah. It's even interesting how, like, during the exercises that we'll do during these circles and stuff, and like the creative ones, when there is like a creative constraint and something that kind of says to you, write a song about this, it's easier than when I'm like trying to sit down and just write a song about something. Like when I can't force personal inspiration. I really have to like sit. And I think that's maybe a part of the really difficult element of being an impactful songwriter, so to speak, is that you can't force that inspiration. You really just have to sit with what you're feeling and then translate that into song. And if, like, I don't know, it just requires a real element of like sitting with the self and like being still, and from there allowing something to come through rather than trying to force it. I think we've all probably had those experiences of trying to force something, and it never really ends up sounding as good as the thing that kind of just happens. That's my experience. Yeah. Does anybody want to share a song as well? All right.
Oh, no, that's okay. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I was just, in some ways, the best way to talk about the process and where a song came from is by sharing a song as well and getting asked questions about it. So I figured if anybody wanted to share something to start, and we can kind of ask questions about where the song came from and do a little bit of that.
Does everybody have something to share today?
Yeah,
I can make
kind of all over the place, but
that's okay. Works in progress are good as well. If we can help you craft it and shape it, provide some insight and ideas. Do you have a guitar on you, Mick?
Yeah, but just give me a minute. I just have to tune it.
Okay.
And I'm going to close my balcony door 1 sec.
Okay. All good. Then I'll close my door as well here. Are you on guitar, right?
yes.
Cool. So
Yep.
I don't know if you have, there's a setting in Zoom that's called Original Sound for Musicians. Have you seen it before?
No, I have not.
Okay. So you got to, when you go to Preferences and then Audio, under Audio Profile, there's one called Original Sound for Musicians. And you click that.
This is a preference on my computer or in Zoom?
In Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Are you on a Mac or a PC?
I'm on a Mac.
Cool. Yeah, so just at the top when you click zoom.us and then preferences. And then in audio. Under audio profile, original sound for musicians.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that.
No?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm admittedly, I'm horrible at Zoom. This is probably the second Zoom I've ever done in my life. So,
So when you click at the top bar next to the Apple logo where it says zoom.us, you let me know. I'm here to guide you along.
Zoom.us.
It should be you shouldn't have to type for it. It should just be at the top bar.
Hang on a second.
Sure.
The top bar of what I'm looking at right now with you guys, or do I have to go to a different?
Like, do you know where you get your Apple symbol in the top left of
Oh,
a
yeah.
Mac? Yeah. So right beside that, it should say whatever
Gotcha.
application. Yeah. So
Yep. Preferences.
Yeah. There you go. And then in audio,
Yep.
there's one under audio profile that says original sound for musicians.
Yep.
Cool. And then you click on that.
Echo cancellation, high fidelity, or no?
Doesn't really matter, I don't think. And then what you'll do, so that just turns on the setting. And then now at the top left of Zoom, you'll see it'll say original sound for musicians off. So just in the top left of our call window.
Yep.
Yeah, and then when you click that, it'll turn on. Yeah, there you go. Okay. And then all that's doing is just not filtering frequencies out. Thanks to Dan for bringing that up for all of us. Okay, 1 second. Dan, this is practice performance time. Mm-hmm. Cool. Dom says, who's going to play Wonderwall first? If I knew the chords. Oh, there we go. Dan's going to play it first. Cool. He says, ha ha ha. Thanks, Dan. Cool. Anyone interested in starting us off with a song?
Sure, I'll play a quick one.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the one I'm gonna end with tomorrow night.
Okay.
It's I won't get into it unless there's questions about it, but basically it's a song that I wrote for a friend of mine who was going through, who I was helping go through the early stages of addiction recovery. And it's called The Girl from Waterloo. Zooming around on MA, happy on this rainy day, stuck inside with nothing to do, write a little song or two. Yes, your highness, whatever you say, I will make a trip one day for the girl from Waterloo. Cried so hard I couldn't come down. When Daddy died, I went to town. Nothing anyone could say or do. Slept and dreamed of meeting you. I am hopeless, what can I say? I will make a trip one day for the girl from Waterloo. Haven't cried since that day. I smoked and drank my life away. Brick walls up, you know it's true. It keeps the tears from coming through. Sober now and dues I pay, but I will make a trip one day for the girl from Waterloo. It's only been a day or two, but every moment I'm with you. Through the process guiding you, I'd love nothing more to do. Happy on this rainy day, sending memes and notes your way. Tears of joy, I'll cry real soon. So happy just to be with you, the girl from Waterloo.
Very nice.
Dang. Sounds better every time you play it. That's awesome.
Practice.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I decided just yesterday to add that little.
I really like that. That's a cool moment. Yeah, so how did that song come about?
I have a penchant for writing songs for people.
Mm-hmm.
Like just as a random, hey, here's a thing I made for you. Like some people will paint, some people will, you know, whatever. I just like to write songs. And this person that I met, we just totally like instant bond as friends. And I did my thing. I just started playing that lick on the guitar, just the, and and I didn't intend to write a song about or for her, but within 20 minutes I was writing a song about and for her, and I incorporated some of my own stuff in there and stuff about me, and it just kind of became what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I was saying to you earlier, right? I started writing it with one thing in mind, and it kind of went tangential, and then I brought it back, and then I went back to where it went tangential again, and then I brought it back. So it was like about her, then me, then her, then me, then her, and I don't know. It just kind of seems to fit for me in my head, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. It's a great song. It's the second time I've heard it now, and I could be wrong, but did you add some words to it, or did you make it longer since
No,
I last heard it? No. Okay.
no.
I'm misremembering, but yeah, I would love to have you teach me how to play that song one day. That is a very cool song.
Oh, sure, man.
I like it, and yeah, that I don't know how you do that, uh, how you play those that the finger style or whatever it is. So
It's actually pretty simple. It's just finger hammer-ons and pull-offs. So, and then picking
Capo
the
3.
string that you play, and then alternating with plucking these two.
Yeah. Just all on the
are you on the
what?
third fret?
What's that?
Are you on the third fret?
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I won't take up your time now, but
That's
at some
cool.
Excuse
it's a great song. I love it. I think if I have one thing that I would like to hear from it is because I'm so into the song, I almost would love just a little section where you just play the chords for like a couple, like for one, like 4 bars or whatever, 8 bars, whatever you feel like, where
It's
you just get into the melody a little bit.
It's really interesting that you say that
Yeah.
because I played it at our in-person songwriting circle,
Yeah, I think that's the same
and
thing
someone
Wade
had
said.
the same suggestion.
Yeah.
So I went and I practiced that. I worked with it. I brought it back and I played it with that, and it ended up sounding like a gap that didn't fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was really weird.
Interesting. Okay.
So I took it back out.
Yeah, I kind of like the diddle feel of it, where it feels very rushed. But yeah, no, it's funny, Mick, that you say that. That was Wade who brought it up during that circle. And was like, it'd be nice if there was just like 4 bars where you just like played it, and then I think you played it 2 weeks later for us with it, and I was just like, yeah, no.
I was like, no, put it back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you think that it would be just spitballing here, by the way, if those 4 bars you just shifted the chords, like you did like a little just a change in terms of that
Like a-
progression, just to give it some variety?
Like a bridge almost. Something like,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to hear what other people think or in context of the whole song, but I think that sounds really cool.
Mm-hmm. You want to try it out? See how it sounds?
Oh, sure.
Try it like, where's the best spot for it? And yeah, right, a part of our circles is that we also just provide feedback to one another and help one another grow in the craft. So if you have anything you want to add in as well, even as a, beginning songwriter,
Sure.
you still you have experience in music and you have your own sets of ears as well. So if you hear something you're like, that doesn't sound right, feel free to throw it in there as well.
Will do.
Cool.
I was thinking I would probably put it after the second verse,
Mm-hmm.
and then leave the third verse followed by the chorus, the one chorus.
Try it out.
Okay. Zooming around on MA, happy on this rainy day, stuck inside with nothing to do, write a little song or two. Yes, your highness, whatever you say, I will make a trip one day for the girl from Waterloo. Cried so hard I couldn't come down, when daddy died I went to town, nothing anyone could say or do, slept and dreamed of meeting you. I am hopeless, what can I say, I will make a trip one day for the girl from Waterloo. Haven't cried since that day, I smoked and drank my life away. Brick walls up, you know it's true, it keeps the tears from coming through. Sober now and dues I pay, but I will make a trip one day for the girl from Waterloo. Do you think that fits there?
I think it could fit, and I think it's just a matter of you fiddling with it a little bit more and playing around with it. And I think it could fit really nicely in there.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly in like a recorded, or if you had like an accompaniment, like someone playing like a little melody in that part.
Yes.
Excellent. But
Yeah,
I
totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it robs the power that I get, or that the song gets, from the final change of the progression at the end. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
but on the other hand, it's like a teaser maybe.
So you have 3 full verses, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you're inserting it after the first verse and
Second.
then after the second verse. Yeah. Yeah. So it's almost kind of bridgy in a way, almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the idea?
Something like that, I think.
like,
Something
Yeah,
to just
I would
break it
think
up.
so. Yeah. I think so. I think it's just nice to like, I I get what you're saying about how it might change the trajectory of the sound, but I think I'm just vibing on your song and listening to it, and then I like I like having a part where I can just listen to the chords.
Right.
It's I think a double-edged sword in the sense of
Yeah,
like
it's
when
a real
it's
judgment call, isn't
yeah.
it? On your,
Well, when it's like when it's that short as well, and there isn't that section of vibe out, it's the sort of thing that you want to like put on repeat because you're just enjoying it so much. But maybe having the bridge in there, doesn't change that and makes it, a little something extra. But it kind of, I don't know, for a moment, I think it was like "Hey There, Delilah" started to come to my head during the bridge part, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I think fiddle around with it, and it's kind of like the alternate takes of a CD, the alts. Yeah.
Was that the white tees or something? Plain white tees?
I think so.
Hey there, Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away. Isn't it? Oh. Oops. Doesn't really help when I do that. No, I don't think that's it. It's
not
close. Wait, are you capoed? Are you off
I
capo
am
now?
at 3,
Still, it's like, it's not a hard song. I mean, I could really just find it if I really wanted to. Mick, you got a tune for us as well? Have you been able to write anything in Guadalajara? I think I asked you if you... What did I say? You writing any Guadalajara music?
yeah, you asked me that question when you asked it. No, I've been really a little bit like I don't know, tired or just not really in the flow. But a couple days ago, something came
Yeah.
to my head, and it's not ready to share. It's like way premature, but I feel good about some of the ideas that I came the last couple of days. So that felt good. Felt like I was pretty like creatively plugged up there for a while. Didn't have much coming through.
You want to share?
I'll share a different song, but not the one that it's not quite ready yet.
All right. Trust the process.
You can hear all this. Good sound.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, this song is called "Before I Know It," and I think it's a pretty self-explanatory song in some ways. Basically, like about having a lot of anxiety about the way of the world. I think. I lay my head down at night. These days, sleep takes a little time. My head it swirls with worries about the world, stories of greed, disease and crime. I let fear appear and I'm paralyzed. So I breathe and I cling to the moment. I remind myself if I want it, I can hold it. But it's gone before I know it. I look around me these days, and all I see is fear and doubt. So I guess it's true what they say. It's within, so without. They said to run, they told me to hide. They said, son, a storm is coming, so you better lock your doors and hide. They said to build a wall for if I lose. It's my enemies who win. So while I'm sorting through the enemies outside, I'm waging war on the one within. I'm at the point of no return. I know I'll die if I don't grow. Caught between the spiral inside and the chaos I know. So I breathe and I cling to the moment. I remind myself if I want it, I can hold it. But it's gone.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed.
Yeah, I
Jack
really.
Johnson back in the house.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Said Jack Johnson back in the house.
Jack Johnson.
Yeah, it does have that kind of vibe a little bit, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I didn't think that one had a Jack Johnson vibe, but that's good. I'll take that as a
The
compliment.
guitar pattern.
Okay.
I think everything you do has a bit of a. It's just like as soon as I hear it, I just imagine myself like at a campfire, just sitting around the campfire at the beach, just Mick's playing guitar for all of us, and we're just having the vibiest time.
Just singing about the end of the world. Just
Yeah.
having
The end of the world as we know it. Right. Yeah, I don't have much to provide feedback wise for that one. You have these in all your songs, you have these lines that stick. That like when you say I guess it's like true what they say, what they talk about as within so without. Like those moments where you just give a lyric enough time to breathe and then you hit us with like the resolve of what you're saying. You're really good with that. I just gotta provide that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really heavy lyrics too. I mean, it's not a total upbeat song, but it does have a little bit of an upbeat rhythm and vibe to it. So I think it's kind of juxtaposed there between the lyrics and what you're playing. It works together well, the way you've put it together, I think. So
Okay.
kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I never quite like. I think sometimes when I start writing a song, I can be like depressed or anxious, but later by the time it's finished or like at some other point, that feeling seems long gone, and I'm just a guy playing the guitar again, and I think that kind of just gets infused.
Yeah, it's good.
That's a big part of songwriting in general for me is a catharsis.
Mm-hmm.
Getting all those thoughts that are bringing me down out into an expressible medium, and then I feel better.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally catch that.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Mick. That was awesome.
Makes me excited to have you back in Vancouver, hearing it in person again.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really kind of disappointed I won't be there tomorrow night. Is that going to be live streamed?
I could think about it. I might be able to do something like that through my phone, but we're definitely recording as much of it as possible to put online and to share.
Okay. Well, a record if I could watch it at some point. Anyway.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. How many
absolutely.
performers do you have lined up?
The four of us, me, Dan, Ashley. She was new. She came by last Wednesday to the Circle, which was really nice. Got a great voice, really sweet girl. And then Alejandro has got like 3 or 4 songs to sing as well. So, yeah.
It's too bad. Yeah, I wish I could be there.
I think we should have a pretty good group of people out. I've been like pitching it around the place. Probably get a small audience of, I don't know. I tend to say bigger numbers, so I'm gonna say at least 10 to 15 people in the audience. Hopefully, a few more would be nice, but you know, if we can hit somewhere around 20 to 25, amazing. Anything in the 10 to 15 range, also incredible. So, yeah. But hopefully I want to do another one in the summer. Like the goal is really to, use these circles as a way to connect, build community, build stuff up, and then like each season have a concert to sort of show people's growth and how things are coming along. It's hard. I wish I could get the LA folk out here as well, but maybe one day, right? It inspires you to take a little trip up north. You can come
A little road trip. I'm up for a road trip anytime.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, right. You're in California.
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles, but I spent my entire life on the East Coast though, in Massachusetts. So
Yeah.
Where you
Massachusetts.
I grew up in the western part of the state, and then I moved to just outside of Boston and was out there for 35, 40 years. So,
Cool.
yeah. So,
Great.
but we just moved across about 4 or 5 months ago to LA. So, haven't totally set up shop here, but just looking at what our options are and thinking about where we ultimately want to be. So,
Yeah. That's a big move.
yeah, it is a big move. But we've been coming out here for 5 years now, and I have one of my sons is out here, so got a little bit of family going, so it's pretty cool.
That's nice. Are you a Bruins fan? Just for my own.
I'm not a huge Bruins fan.
Okay.
I never really got into that.
No.
More right now, I'm all about the Celtics. Watching the Celtics play, they're on a roll. But
Cool. Then you're welcome here. No Bruins fans allowed. Just kidding.
no. And I'm a fair weather fan anyways. I mostly
enough.
stuck to my music playing and that sort of stuff. Never really was that into the sports, but hey, whatever. To each his own.
Yeah. Hockey is a way of life up north here.
Oh yeah.
That's about. That's the nature. I got Dom is asking as well if any of us fellers have any music out. I'm assuming. As of now, he's speaking to Dan and Mick. Mick, I know you had that one recording. Sorry.
I've done a recording, but I don't feel very confident about my recordings. I think before I really officially put anything out there, I think I'd like to have someone who knows what they're doing kind of help me out with that.
Do you have GarageBand or what do you use? Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I downloaded Logic, which is probably a lot of software for me, but I use that, and I have this little guy here. This is my little interface.
Yep. I have something similar to that. That's what I've been fiddling around with. So, not much of an investment in it, but it's been fun to do, and there's a lot to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. And it feels like a lot to learn, and I don't even know where to start sometimes.
Yeah, you just Google it. That's all you got to do.
Exactly.
There's so much information out there on how to edit and tune things up and get the settings right. It's you can do a lot with it. So that's really I've been doing a lot of that over the last 3 months. So I think I'm starting to get there, but not totally happy with all the different guitar sounds for the electric guitar that they have on there. They're kind of
Iffy.
but
Are you using GarageBand or Logic?
no, just GarageBand. Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear you at first. GarageBand. So It's all right.
Can you get plugins for GarageBand, or is it?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few options on there, if you wanted to do that. I've just gone the total free route at this point. Haven't invested in anything. So,
That's what I did when I used GarageBand too, was just whatever came with it.
yeah. And there's a lot. There's
And there's a
plenty.
lot.
Yeah, there's plenty to work with. So,
Absolutely. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I, it's the only reason I wish I had a Mac again,
yeah.
Mhm.
really.
Is that what you use, Aiden, or what are you
Yeah,
using
I'm on a little Mac M1 mini thing, one of those small square ones. It's nice. It's yeah, I'm like, I studied audio engineering as well, so if there's
So you
ever
know.
any questions about that sort of stuff, please like throw it my way as well. I'm happy to, and I kind of want to make some tutorial style videos. I know, Mick, you were sending Alejandro some questions, and he was making stuff for YouTube, and that was going pretty good.
His videos are great.
Yeah, he gives
Yeah,
some good breakdowns.
unfortunately they're for Logic, so they wouldn't help you much if you're using GarageBand, I don't think. But
They're
he-
interchangeable, generally speaking. No,
what did you say?
I think Logic and GarageBand are pretty like. It's like Logic is like the adult version of GarageBand, more or less. So I'd assume they're generally interchangeable. But yeah, I agree with what Dom was saying here as well, that generally it takes a few years to get good at all the engineering and stuff, but it's just like, as with anything, time and practice, and it all kind of comes together.
So do you have a song, Aiden?
I can do a song. This is one that I'm still kind of working on a little bit. I don't have my acoustic up here, and I'm still working on the performance of it. Here we go. Make sure that it's audible. 7. Dan heard this one last Wednesday. Logic has more tools. I think it's designed to be the Big Brother program, so skills in GarageBand will transfer. Yeah, I remember when I first turned on like the advanced tools for Logic, and I was like, whoa, this is overwhelming. But then over time, you only end up using so many of the tools as well. It's kind of, you find the ones you really like, and then you go from there. How does the electric sound?
Right, and Michael, and Mike, if you guys mute while Aiden's playing, then we'll be able to hear him better.
Yeah.
Just the way that the original sound for musicians works in Zoom.
That also helps. I really wish that my microphone, like, does my guitar come through in a good way? Does it come through like sounding like the electric? Really? That's good. Tune that bad boy. Fine, Dom. Fine. One second. I'm fine. What's he talking about? At least that's what Guitar Tuna says. Okay. This one is called... I don't know. I don't know what it's called yet. Let's find out. Okay. The spring is near, and just like the snow, sun will still rise, the water will flow. Not good at that part. There's just one more thing I need you to know. I wasn't lying when I said I love you. I wasn't lying when I said I care. And though I won't always be beside you, I want you to know that I'm always there. To say goodbye, it never feels good. To let you go, it's just so damn hard. To think that I'll never feel the warmth of you again. I just hope that we can always be friends. Our time has come, the ending is now. Still getting better with it, but yeah, it's that one came through at a very emotional period, and like that's one of the songs where it was like it just started kind of like I was sitting and I just sort of put my fingers down and went like, and it just like came from there. So that's what I mean when it's like I'm in a feeling, in an emotion, and then the song just kind of like happens.
Is birth.
Is birth from the womb of creation.
It has like almost like a little brown-eyed girl feel to it.
Interesting. A little bit of Van Morrison.
Like
the chords.
Like it could be a new intro to Brown Eyed Girl.
I mean, hey, if you hook me up with Van M, I'll gladly do some work there. The chords for Dom, it's just like I'm on capo 7. It's just C, and then whatever that is, A minor. That's a B.
Oh, sorry, no.
A minor 7. There you go.
Yeah.
A minor 7 and then G. That's pretty much the whole chord. And then there's an F in that bridge section where it's like C, G, F, 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 G, and then
What if
down
you then go to F minor and then back to F major?
to F minor? What's F minor like that?
No,
Like
just
that.
bring up your finger.
Bring up my finger?
Your middle finger, raise it off the string.
Like that?
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. There's something there. I like the idea of going drastically or like sort of incrementally moving somewhere. I don't know if it's that minor.
Almost like a what's the word? Like a grace note to transitioning back into the verse.
Yeah. Something like, I mean, Dom's saying as well, I would want to do it the other way around, maybe. It's like, no. I just hope that we can always be friends. Yeah, that works. There's an idea to mess around with it. Nah, that's not what I said. Oops. Normally F to F minor is more normal. It's a minor 4 chord. Dom is very proficient in his theory, by the way.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Dom, you need to just hop onto Zoom with us.
Totally.
I was talking about your capo again. Oh, never mind. It would be so much easier if I just gave you the Zoom link. I can just throw it in the Discord for you if you want. We'll see if he accepts the invite. He's been in my Twitch streams for like over a year, living in Australia, and we've never had a conversation. Yeah. He says, I'm a bit stoned, brother. All right.
Well, that's helpful.
That's okay.
Yeah. Up to you. The invite's open. We're here. You're welcome to join. But yeah. Thanks for the feedback on that one. I really like how the song goes. I'm just kind of trying to get more comfortable with it. A part of me is interested in performing it tomorrow, because otherwise I'm kind of stuck with like one song.
Would you do it on acoustic or electric?
On acoustic.
I didn't hear that.
Acoustic. Yeah. It's just my electric is in the garage right now. Or sorry, my acoustic, and I'm being... What's the word they say? Lazy. That one. But yeah.
My Chilean friend taught me a trick.
Which is?
He's a native English speaker. He speaks English and Spanish. But if someone doesn't know that, he can just be talking in English and having a conversation with someone, and like anyone can, and can't think of a word for something. How do you say this in English? And then they think, people automatically assume that you're multilingual and that maybe English isn't your first language and that you're just really doing it really well. And then you give yourself a few extra seconds to come up with the word, and you're a genius.
Was that in relation to me saying, how do you say it, lazy?
Yeah.
Interesting. So wait, he speaks English. Explain that again. He speaks English, but he sounds Chilean. And
it's just an idea for like someone like me who speaks fluent English.
Right.
And just only snippets of other languages. Like English is my first language. But if I can't remember a word, and I'm in a conversation with someone who doesn't know me, I just say, how do you say this in English?
Right.
And the other person is like, he's multilingual?
I get it. I'll use that one from now on. In everything I do.
What's the English word for dumbass?
Thanks. What about you, right? You ready?
You wanna play
I'll,
something?
Share something?
I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, right on, man.
Yeah, this is a song. It's. I'll give it a shot. I don't know. I'll see how it goes. See if I can make it through it.
Right on.
Can you hear that okay?
Yeah.
I was born on a farm near the hill towns, backwoods and fields for a playground. I get lost in the memories. Cool breeze on my neck gives me shivers. Pretty soon the winter, it's gonna settle down into the trees. Like a field of hay in June, I look to the sun. I love this land we're on. I'm a farmer's son, Get up early, no light to help me see. Got my chores laid out in front of me. I'll keep on doing till I get them done. No sense in trying to resist it. This living is my existence. It's the way it is when you're the farmer's son. Like a field of hay in June, I look to the sun. I love this land we're on. I'm a farmer's son. I'm a farmer's son. Farmer's son. I'm a farmer's son.
That was awesome.
That was really good.
I couldn't help but start playing along. Oh, you're muted now.
Yeah, it's not much for chords, but I don't know. It's just a song I put together, and again, I think it was a feeling of where I grew up. You know, I really am a farmer's son, and I grew up on a 400-acre farm out in western Massachusetts, and yeah, it's just kind of came to me. That's how it came out.
That's great.
I love the energy. It's good. It's like
Yeah.
good strong song.
Yeah.
Makes me want to sing in the crowd along.
Yeah, the recording that I've done of it is I like it even better because it's got a lot more fills in it, and it's got a solo, an electric guitar solo into it, and certainly a smoother intro and outro. But that's the basic part of it. There's no bridge or anything like that in there. But I don't know. It's just what I came up with. One of the things that I've come up with recently that I thought sounded pretty decent.
Yeah. It makes me think of kind of like Tom Cochran. You know who that is?
Yep, I've heard of him.
He's got a song called Big League.
Mm-hmm.
My boy's gonna play in the big league. My boy's gonna knock him dead. He does an acoustic version of that, and it's kind of slowed down, and it gives me the same vibe.
Nice.
So I can see it like with a band, and I've got all these ideas in my head. It works.
Yeah, it's just the vocal part of it is the toughest, I think, for me. It's just trying to find, my range is very limited, and singing and playing at the same time has always been tough for me. So it's just something I'm working through and trying to get better at. So practice.
Cool.
Yeah.
What chords are you using in that song?
I'm just playing an E chord on at the nut, and then using that same pattern up to the 5th fret, but ringing out all the strings. And then up to the 7th fret, just that same E shape, but ringing out all of the other strings.
I love how it works its way up and down the fretboard. That's like...
Yeah, that's all it is.
So wait, you said right at the nut there's the first...
Just the E chord,
yeah.
Open, and then basically the 5th fret.
Yeah. Fifth
open,
or
just ringing it out.
that's fourth fret for me.
Nope. Well, fifth fret for your second and third finger,
Yeah.
depending on how you're playing the E,
Yeah. Okay.
right? And then seventh fret.
Right. That was better.
So it's really a G. It's an E, a G, and an A. Really is what it is.
I mean, sounds great.
Yeah.
There was
then,
one. Mhm.
And then chorus is D, A, and E again. Nothing fancy.
I don't think many good songs are that fancy.
That's true.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity.
Sorry, your index finger is on the 5th fret or on the 4th?
Fourth.
Fourth.
I don't know if you can see it. I have really terrible lighting here. I'll have to fix that next time around. But yeah, it's hard for me to show. You can't really see it. Sorry.
I think I got it now. Thanks.
Yeah. But the key is to ring it all out on your B and high E, as open.
There was just out of idea for you. Like there was one moment right before, I think it's the end of the first chorus, where you were playing all the way through. There was just, I guess there was a moment for silence there that I thought would have been really nice.
Yes, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Otherwise, like, honestly, I think it sounds really good. I can hear what you mean in terms of just sort of exploring the vocal range, but with, I think, some of like I appreciate that the lyrics are meaningful and that there's like something there to them, and even just the idea of like I'm a farmer's son has an authentic sound to it.
And going back to what we were talking about earlier, the name for this song, I mean, I call it I'm a farmer's son, but it didn't start off that way. It started off in a totally different direction. And then I said, oh, wait a minute, this could work. And I inserted that in. And once I did that really kind of hooked me into the theme of it, which really allowed me to, to make it mean more to me. And that's really what I focused on the most on that particular song, was what I was really feeling. So
what would you say was like, what came first in that song, the chicken or the egg? Was it like the chords kind of sitting and playing, just kind of based off of what we were saying before as well? Like, how did the song come to be?
I had the chord, I was playing that progression over and over, and I was like, yeah, this really sounds good. I like the way this rings out. It's simple. It's easy to play. So that came first, but then I just, the rhythm of the first line, I was raised on a farm near the hill towns. It just kind of went with what I was playing, and that was the genesis right there.
Got it. Interesting. Yeah, no, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks for listening and giving the feedback. I mean, that's what I'm looking for is, am I on the right track, or should I scrap it and go back to the day job?
I mean, I feel like in music, most of us are. The day job still has to be a thing.
Yeah, it's totally a hobby.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to find ways, like my hope is that in doing shows and stuff, that even if I can help make, performers in the community a couple $100 a month, Be nice to find ways to support the music scene out here and then eventually expand that in different directions, but that's a dream. We'll see what happens. Yeah, no. I've done a lot of Twitch streaming and listening to people's music in the past, and I think there's something that comes through in like a songwriter's song versus something that's been like just produced or rapped over top of. And I think there was really like a authentic, unique edge to that song that sounded like I didn't know what to expect. And then when he started playing it, I was like, this is a vibe. This is really nice. I'm enjoying listening to this. Your voice fits in well. I think as you get more confident with it over time as well, it's just going to get better and better. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You want to do another one?
We can either do another one, or I've got my my creative cue cards, and if people want to do a little exercise for the next 20-30 minutes, we can all write a song or something like that as well.
Sure.
Either
whatever
or.
you feel.
I'm just throwing it out there. Would people prefer to share another or do a little exercise?
Group vote.
Mm-hmm.
Group vote.
Can we do group vote and in this? Do you have the app for it, Dan?
I think you would need to make me a co-host.
How do I do that? Make host. Here you go. Wait, I have to make you the host. Dom says I vote for anarchy.
The stoner in the crowd.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, you're the host.
Well, I'm the host. Okay.
That's what it tells me I have to do. Use this power wisely.
I'm the Zoom admin for my organization. I understand it, so it's all good.
Is it going to be in the chat? I mean, we really could just do a show of hands, but I kind of like that we're taking this very seriously.
I'm trying to remember if the poll that I used was an app or if it was actually built in.
I have a strange feeling it's built in.
I think it was an app.
Really?
Yeah, what's that feeling?
Which? Is that a song? Did you give up on it? Or no, now you're playing the song. Oh. It's kind of nice as well as we have like the whiteboard too. So if people want to write down chords.
Yeah, we can do that.
See?
Do you ever post your lyrics up on the Zoom so people can read the lyrics? Is that doable?
We've done that before. We've had Alejandro likes to share his lyrics. It's hard to do in Zoom just because you can only send so much information at a time.
Gotcha.
But
like, so you could do like a verse,
Yeah.
put it up there, and then kind of pick the verse apart.
yeah, totally. It just like, yeah, the Zoom chat limits you to, I don't know, like 20 lines or something.
Oh, I see.
But I don't know what a good workaround is. Like, you can do a screen share and you can share the lyrics on the screen. I've kind of thought about prior to Circles just getting everybody's lyrics and then I can share it all for my end just to kind of streamline it.
Decent idea.
Woo.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes when you're hearing somebody sing a song for the first time, there's a lot going on, so
Yeah.
you can't always absorb everything that's in the lyrics like I would like to do on a first listening.
Totally.
I don't know if anybody else feels that way.
Absolutely. And especially over Zoom as well. It's like sometimes you miss a word here and there, or it can just be generally hard to hear things through a computer speaker at times. So, but I agree with that. Okay. Dom asks, we're doing a quick beat battle. If anyone wants to rap. But But back to the original question. Hands for creative exercise or just to share another song? Raise your right hand for an exercise and your left hand for another song. And that's up for interpretation. Left hand. All right, we want to do another song? Sure. Let's do
I'm
another
gonna
song.
mirror my video too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's do another song. Who wants to start?
all right.
I'll throw something out there.
Cool.
See what you think.
Yep.
Sure.
It's really not finished or polished up, but I'll try to get through a couple of verses and see if I can sing it or not. Can you hear that okay? Lost a friend, ran aground. One thing that I have found, there is no limit to love he gave to me. You may be gone, but I am here. See your face and I know you're near. May make me understand in my time of need. Oh, it's real. This love I feel, I know it's real. This love I feel. One more verse. You have the strength that I need. I can feel it when you look at me. Up and share with me today. It's become so clear to me. I'm stepping out and I'm feeling free. Come along and lace your hand in mine. Oops. And then it's love I feel. Basically. That's the
Cool.
general gist.
Awesome. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, no,
I
I
like
think
it a lot.
there's a great basis and structure for an idea there.
Yeah, I started it off because I lost a really good friend of mine about 10 years ago. And I wanted to write a song, kind of a tribute. And some of that, I had some other ideas, but that was my first verse. And then I started thinking about, well, how else do I, my love that I feel, what other ways are there? So I constructed a second verse about a lover or a person, a partner. And then I had a third verse about my siblings and, my family, my main family growing up. And I'm not sure how it all goes together, whether I should just stick to my good lost friend, or whether I should expand it to those other types of love that I feel. And that's one of the questions I would pose to you guys. What do you think could be? I know there's no right or wrong answer, but I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
My vote is keeping it as a tribute to your friend. And then you can always write another one for your family.
Sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's an interesting question because I think there's ways to sort of, I don't like the word use necessarily, but like have the inspiration of the song being about a lost friend sort of translate into what that means for being with your family and being with everyone, and then kind of bringing that around to how losing your friend has made you see the importance and the impact there. Mm-hmm. So I think there's an area of like possibility to bring in these other elements of the story, but I think agree with Dan though that like the core element of it, if it is a song about your friend, it should always sort of come around to that, unless it then just sort of becomes a song about loss, because then it sort of makes me think of like, it's not the best example, but like in Lou Reed's Take a Walk on the Wild Side, where it's like first he's talking about like Daddy Jane is lost in USA, and then he sort of does the chorus, and then the next song or the next verse is about a different person, but the same sort of theme. So it could be like a song that's generally about loss in different contexts of people and situations. But if it's a song about the person in particular, then I would sort of maintain that element of the structure in the story. That's kind of how I'm seeing it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a very eloquent way of saying what I was thinking.
The other question that I wanted to throw out there was, I mean, the chord progression for that, it's not necessarily, there's a little minor chord in there. It's not the, it's kind of an upbeat tempo for a downbeat kind of thing. I mean, losing somebody is always a bummer, but on the other hand, you know, losing this guy, you know, has brought out so many other great things. And so I don't know how you guys feel about that, like the tone of the chord progression matching with the content there.
I don't think that it's relevant.
No?
Um, I One of my favorite songs to play um, is about the suicide of a friend of mine, and it's like a really upbeat thing that I like to play with a band. I haven't in years, but like, and then it kicks in like it sounds like a happy upbeat tune, but it's not. I mean, also
Right.
like look at Van Halen Jump.
Yep.
What's that about?
Suicide.
Really?
It's a kick-ass tune though.
I didn't know that.
I mean, to your earlier point about my song, you used it as a compliment to say there was that sort of juxtaposition of that sort of like heavy content with the
That's true.
beat song. So I think it definitely works.
Yeah. It kind of it reminds me a little bit of like a mixing type of concept where you take something to the point of being like way too loud or way too quiet, and then you mix it in until you find the sweet spot. If you were to try and play it really slow and then continue to try and work up the tempo until you find one that's like, you might just end up on the same tempo. And if that's the case, then I think just like that's the tempo it's meant to be at. So yeah, no, I think there's a beauty to like juxtaposition of having sad lyrics over fast song, or happy lyrics over sad song. That's a creative artistic decision that I would never say is right or wrong. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Absolutely. An idea I had for you, just like out of fear that the same chords start to sound repetitive, because there was a part of me that wanted to hear like a bigger difference maybe between the verse and the chorus. And it kind of sounded like when you went back to the verse, like I like how the verse is being played, but I wonder if there's a way to play the chorus so that it starts to sound different. Like maybe instead of playing it in, I think you're sort of going in like 4, basically kind of cut it into halftime or something that allows more space for the chorus to breathe. So that way when you come back to the verse, it adds a little more space and a little more tension there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that it's a really good idea, and something I need to play around with some more.
Yeah. I didn't hear that at all in the first song. It was just this one. I have a bad tendency of, maybe not bad, but I do have a tendency of kind of falling into the trap of same chords, and I notice how it affects my songs when I kind of am stuck in a set of chords for verse and chorus. And it's always that question of using the same chords but creating different feelings. So yeah, just thought I'd pass it along.
Yeah, that's great. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Awesome.
I'll do it.
Gentlemen. Sure.
Okay, you got that? Can you
Kind
hear it?
of.
Yeah.
Most.
Yeah, the song is called Ordinary.
Unmuted.
I guess I'll sing it first, and then maybe if we want to talk about it, we can. But yeah. I got the television on in a pot, heating on the stove. I'm trying to find a plot twist in this little tale that I wove. I look for love so I can dig in the night. It's just another day in an ordinary life. So tell me when did ordinary start feeling so strange? I'm calling out into the open. Can anybody here lost along the path I've chosen? But it used to be so clear, and when the cold of winter fades, revealing sunlight on my face, it's just an ordinary day. Just an ordinary day. I sat in my car waiting for a signal to change. The more I move forward, the more I remain the same. I wake up blurry-eyed hoping I'll see you in the morning light, till I open up my eyes and find an ordinary sight. It's true, I'll never be too far from you. So tell me when did ordinary start feeling so strange? I'm calling out into the open. Can anybody here lost along the path I've chosen? But it used to be so clear, and when I dive into the waves and feel the tides begin to change, it's just an ordinary day. Just an ordinary day. When I see the surface of the ocean shining, when I stop to contemplate celestial timing, when I see a tree grow up from the root, and when I taste the sweetness of its fruit, and when I see a sunset paint a skyline way up high from up a cliffside, when I see a child brought to life, and I witness the light inside of their eyes, it's fair to say it's just an ordinary day. I'm calling out into the open. Can anybody here lost along the path I've chosen? But it used to be so clear, when I dive into the waves and feel the tides begin to change, it's just an ordinary day. Just an ordinary day.
That's awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, really nice, Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Would you be open to trying something for me?
Yeah, sure.
It sounds like your voice is struggling to go as low as you're playing it. Would you be open to trying it a caper or two up?
Yeah, sure. I also want to say I do have a little bit of a cold, so I'm struggling just generally today. But
Fair enough.
I have played with this kind of higher, like one step higher, so I can play that
Yeah.
for you if you want. Or...
Yeah, I'm just curious to hear how it sounds like. Maybe the cold's really good.
Television on in a pot, heating on the stove. I'm trying to find a plot twist in this little tale that I wove. I look for love, so I can dig in the knife. It's just another day in an ordinary life. Is that a little different?
It sounds like your voice is more comfortable there to me. I don't know how. Dan.
I kind of liked the lower register.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, when I did. You know, maybe it is your cold that you're going through or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they both work. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just curious to hear it.
It's funny that you mention it because I've literally done that exact same thing, ping ponging myself back and forth.
Yeah, there was that moment,
Not
and then
bad.
I'll let,
I think it's amazing. I like it.
I've got a little something extra to throw for you,
Okay.
just because I want to see you sing the best songs. But I get the cold is in the way as well. It's something that like we've, I guess, something that's been it sounds so brutal. You know me. You know I want to hear your greatest music. The piece around like the energy between the chorus and the verse, and I can understand that there's a cold in the way, but this is something that's been brought up before, so I'm hearing it in that sense where it's like, I don't know, something like when something about when you're singing about the waves, like there's something that I want to feel like that pull of the waves and like a build, crash. And kind of like that to me feels like the chorus of like really riding that wave. Like I want to hear that texture that comes through and really starts to like expand between the verse and the chorus and really takes me on more of that musical journey as well with you.
Okay. Well, I have also sung it where I do the verse how I did it, and then I sing up for the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
So I can try that for you if you like.
Sure. And don't stress your voice too much today as well. I'm just yeah.
Well, you have to hear this again, so sorry about that. I'll sing the second verse, I guess. But,
No, don't apologize.
I sat in my car waiting for the signal to change. The more I move forward, the more I remain the same. I wake up blurry-eyed, hoping I'll see you in the morning light, till I open up my eyes and find an ordinary sight. It's true, I'll never be too far from you. So tell me when ordinary start feeling so strange. I'm calling out.
No, that's fine.
Calling out into the open. Can anybody hear? Lost along the path I've chosen, but it used to be so clear. When the cold of winter fades, revealing sunlight on my face, it's just an ordinary day. Just an ordinary day. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Your voice sounds really nice up there. I think maybe just from where you started from, just sing it without the guitar for a second. I want to try something with you.
Where do you want me to sing from?
From where you just started from.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I got the television on and a pot heating on the stove. It's a little harder. Okay.
If you need the guitar, you need the guitar. I'm trying to make a point here or show you something. Yeah.
I sat in my car waiting for the signal to change. The more I move forward,
Okay, cool. Now do that same part, but try really accentuating every syllable. Like really try and sing it like the more I stay the same. Really like announce every syllable and like overdo it if you have to.
Okay. Let's
Try
see
it.
if I understand.
Yeah.
Sat in my car waiting for the signal to change.
Mm-hmm.
The more I move forward, the more I remain the same.
Cool. So now I'm starting to hear more of like that the precision in the vocals. And now balance that with a bit of that relaxed energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sat in my car waiting for the signal to change. The more I move forward, the more I remain the same. I wake up blurry-eyed hoping I'll see you in the morning light, till I open up my eyes and find an ordinary sight. It's true. Like that.
Yeah. I really like how that sounds. Because I think what was happening was that your voice was sort of blending words in together. And so it was kind of losing some of that, like, some of the vocal precision and accuracy. And I think with that, to me, that, like, really steps it up a
That
notch.
I agree. That
Yeah.
really made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Just that advice he gave you. It
Yeah.
really sounded awesome.
Awesome. Okay. Good. Thank you for that feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, hadn't thought that. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it added a little. There was like a syncopation, staccato kind of, but you were nailing the tones in there. It was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. That's awesome. Thank you.
That's great.
Win.
How's it feel?
How's
Singing it like that.
Feedback?
Or just like singing it like that. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels good. I got what you're saying right away. It
Yeah.
makes perfect sense.
Cool.
I think maybe how I sang it sort of just naturally was maybe just not lazy, but maybe a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the performative element that pushes
Yeah.
through a little bit, and when you really add that, yeah, I loved how it sounded there. So
Yeah,
that's
I
it
think-
for me.
Struggled a long time with the difference between lazy and relaxed. I always thought, it was intentionally lazy, thinking that made it sound more relaxed. But it's not the case. It just sounds lazy.
That's really good feedback. I like that. I also think too that I'm not naturally comfortable performing, and I think that I'm always hiding a little bit. So that advice made me like actually have to like put that effort out there
Yeah.
in that way.
I know you're hiding. That's why we're bringing you out. That's cool, man. Thanks for risking it there for us. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hope I didn't screech anyone's ears out with that. Trying to
No,
Not
not at all.
Yeah. Sounds like an angel, my man. Like an angel.
get an angel.
All right.
Thank you.
Of course. Mr. Victor?
My turn.
Mm.
All right. I'll play a song that excuse me, I wrote quite some time ago, and I was coming out of my first ever real relationship, and I was struggling with the feelings of having opened up to this person and been vulnerable and shown my true self, and then no longer being with that person and wondering, not trusting them with that information, kind of thing, wondering what they're saying, who they're sharing it with, and just wishing that they didn't know everything about me that they knew. So this is called I Hate That You Know Who I Am. friends saying hi. Well, sometimes I'll trip over my own shoes, but I will do anything to blame you. And I don't mind letting you hold my hand. But this one thing is something I just can't stand. I hate that you know who I am. Take a bite of this. You'll think it's great, I swear. And if you don't, I can feed you something else. I got plenty excuses up there. 'Cause I hate that you know who I am. Yeah, I hate that you know who I am. You know me more than I'd like to know. And you can see more than I'd like to show. I don't mind letting a little through. 'Cause if I can trust anyone, it's you. But I hate that you know who I am. Who I am. Who I am. I hate that you know who I
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Fun, beautiful song.
Thank you.
You played a lot slower that time than on last Wednesday.
I think the difference is twofold. I'm sitting down
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not actually in front of people.
Interesting.
I'm just chilling at home, you know?
Fair enough.
It's the first time I'm hearing that, so yeah, it was awesome. I like how the chorus resolves. I really like how you say, "I hate that you know who I am." It really sounds complete. It sounds very beautiful. It's very like captures me every time I hear that.
Cool, thanks, Meg.
I really liked what you did when you came around to the chorus towards the end of the song and you went to the upper register there and you really kind of belted it out.
Yeah,
To me, that kind of gave me the goosebumps at, to hear you. It really felt very powerful when you did that. And do you purposely save that for that last chorus versus doing the first two times you
yeah,
go through it? Is that how you plan it?
yeah.
Yeah, it really hit home when you sang it out like that. I really enjoyed that part.
Nice, thank you. That's cool. That song has gone through many iterations and full band version and different acoustic versions. And I just keep every, every 5 years or so, I'll revisit it and do something different.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful song, and it's like very. It doesn't just sound beautiful. It's also like the lyrics are very, like they're very honest and yeah, really nice.
Yeah, I enjoy that one every time I hear it. It's a nice one to just sit back to and just soak it all in.
And nothing for me about enunciating. And
Do you want something?
if you got something, yeah.
Uh, I mean, what do you think? It sounds like you want something about enunciating. How do you think your enunciation is?
Historically very poor. It's something that I've really tried to work on.
Yeah. I think it kind of works with that song in the sense that there is a bit of like a slowness to it that kind of has this sort of like dragging energy behind it. I wouldn't, for a song like that, I would never go over the top for enunciation myself, but like it never hurts to add some definition, so to speak.
Right.
To like you can try it. Do you want to try playing it again? Not the whole thing, but like a little bit with. The only thing I could see really happening is like adding some strength to the strumming.
When I'm standing up, I do it entirely differently.
Yeah.
Um,
Like the only thing I noticed really was how it did slow down a lot that time, and I do prefer it. I liked it on Wednesday when it was a little faster, and I get that you're sitting and everything there. That was just kind of my.
when I was about halfway through the first verse, I was like, "This is too slow."
Yeah.
But whatever, I went with it.
That's fine. No, I think it's also just a process of like the gradual process of gaining more confidence in the singing of the lyrics and the projecting of lyrics. And obviously at the same time you're in your apartment, you got neighbors and you don't want to be screaming and playing so loud as well. So there's other limiting factors that are playing into it. Yeah. I mean, I thought when I heard it on Wednesday, it sounded really nice. So,
Cool.
Yeah, I just think the only feedback I have from that time is just watch out for dragging and just focus on really creating that moving energy to the point that like that, as Mick sort of said, that line of like I hate that you know who I am. That is like that's that moment of the song where you're building up to that. So if you can make that line like stick and land where everything is acting as like, it's kind of like storybook wise, you're starting us off flipping off page by page, and then the last page of the chapter is like, and I hate that you know who I am, and then boom. It's like kind of if you can build us up on that every single time, then we really get that tension and release as the listener. So that's something to just be aware of. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
You want to play a song, Aiden?
The only one I've got at the moment is the one that I've sung over and over again. So if you want to hear it, I can play it for you. But otherwise,
What was that?
The We Want More song.
I'll hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
New to me.
Yeah, fair enough. This is my go-to at this point. It's kind of the song that I know best. It's the song that's most grounded in my being, and I feel it's the song that kind of, it's the one that I can see creating a movement, which is kind of nice. But yeah, we want more. All good hearing that? Cool.
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, we heard a little bit.
Oh wait, no, yeah, because I turned off.
There you go.
Okay. Here we go. A world of oppression in disguise. People full of hate, scared to recognize the anger and the violence, the chaos and the wars. You don't have to do this, a life is worth more. And spirit will ascend you and take you in its grace. You'll see above it all, everything race. The complex never ending, the job life is a chore. It's finally time to say we want more. No reason to argue, no reason to hate. History repeats itself. Perpetuate. Communities calling, the world needs a hand. As Earth we are healing, united we stand. And spirit will ascend you and take you in its grace. You'll see above it all, everything race. The conflicts never ending, the job life is a chore. It's finally time to say we want more. And spirit will ascend you and take you in its grace. See above it all, everything race. The complex never ending, the job life is a chore. It's finally time to say we want more. It's my go-to.
Yeah, I can definitely feel the emotion coming through when you're singing that, and you can tell it means a lot to you, and it comes out when you sing it. It's awesome.
I appreciate that. Yeah, one was like, I think I just wrote it randomly, like in bed, like 3 years ago. That's how long I've been sitting with this one. Like I just was sitting there and I was like, capo 6. We're just gonna put capo on 6, and then I just started going like, I was like, oh, that's nice. And then all of a sudden I was going like this, and then that, and I was like, okay, I've got a song. And then the chorus just kind of happened of like the. That's like one of those songs that just literally wrote itself, and I was like, yep, that's it. The words just all happened, and I was like, that's the whole song.
I don't know if I like that better on acoustic or electric.
Really?
They're both like in their own unique way. They're great.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
The other one I prefer acoustic.
Interesting. I think having it on the electric is like, it does add a bit of like that rocky element to it that sort of uplifts the vibe as well. Are you hearing it as an electric guitar or just hearing you are?
Yeah.
Like a clean electric guitar, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Or like without, because I have it plugged into my preamp here, so I don't know if you're hearing.
We're hearing it through your system, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That's good. Awesome.
Yeah, there's definitely, it's clean, but there's also some twang to it too when you're hitting the higher notes.
Yeah.
And it's ringing out through those when you play it.
And when you get into the doom, 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 it almost has like a John Mayer kind of vibe.
I appreciate that. I do love me some Johnny M. It's he's one of my go-tos. I love that song. Yeah. No, thank you.
Good. I don't know, maybe I could be my imagination, but have you kind of like simplified the, not like the guitar a little bit? It feels like a little bit like smoother, or maybe you're just playing it more for people or something like that. It feels like.
I think now that I've played it a lot more, I'm just starting to get more comfortable with it. It's kind of funny, like, Mick, you've heard it literally in its whole journey from the first time I played it for people to now. But I think, like, even for the, like, the chorusy part, like like I've kind of settled on what that is, which is nice, because now when I play it, I'm not guessing. Like, I know where this thing happens. Like, it all has kind of found its place, which is really nice.
I feel like I can hear that confidence in there, and it sounds great.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I appreciate that very much. I'm looking forward to playing it tomorrow as well.
Right on.
Yeah.
I'm just rubbing it in. I can't be there.
No, we want you there. And right as well, one day, hopefully.
When are you coming back to Vancouver, Mike?
May 1.
For how long?
For good? No.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Woo woo. We
Cool.
get you back.
Sure, that's all.
You what?
Just skipping the winter.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hear that.
Winters in Mexico. That's a nice song title.
Mexico. Skipping the winter?
Something
Yeah,
like
James Taylor already took that, but
Yeah, that's done.
I couldn't see Michael play that.
that. Wait, what was the song? What's James Taylor's song?
Mexico?
Mexico.
Oh. I'm saying winter in Mexico.
Oh, winter in Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got winter in Mexico.
Are you in Baja or are you on the other side?
I'm in Guadalajara at the moment, which is like kind of like close to Puerto Vallarta.
Yep. Cool.
I was in Mexico City for 2 months, and then Guadalajara, and then my next and last stop will be Sayulita.
Yeah, I've heard Mexico City is a pretty cool place to visit.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's very, very cool. Yeah, good food. Like if you like galleries and art and architecture,
Mhm.
and you're not afraid of tons of people, I recommend it.
Where did you say your last stop was? Sayulita?
Yeah, which is like about an hour north of Puerto Vallarta, a beach town,
Cool.
which I'm very excited for. I haven't had any beach the whole time I've been in Mexico.
Hmm.
Isn't that kind of close to Cabo too? Cabo's just out from there.
Is Cabo on the Baja Peninsula?
Yeah, it's at the very tip of it.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like yeah, it's like across the
Yeah, across the bay or whatever it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Down
cool.
by the bay where the watermelons grow.
Going
Nice.
way back for that one, digging deep.
I love those little references. Awesome. Well, that generally speaking concludes our circle today. Thanks for joining, everyone. Right, it was a pleasure having you here as well today. Thanks for being part of it.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having me
come
in.
on back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to
Keep
get
coming
writing.
back. I get it. Keep coming back. It works if you work it, so work it because you're worth it. That's a little
Yeah.
inside joke between Dan and I. Yeah, awesome. I usually like to close as well with some like final pieces of reflection and insight as well. Anything that you gained from the circle today that you're excited to take forward? Um, any inspiration or feelings?
Mine's pretty obvious. I'll go first. I feel like that feedback was good in terms of like the enunciation piece, and it gave me something to kind of like think about when I'm to not be too like shy when I'm performing, to like really try, put some emphasis into it, and I think that's like a nice practice for me. So thank you for that feedback.
It's a pleasure. Dan,
Yeah,
right? Either.
yeah, for me, it's thanks for letting me break the seal, so to speak. I was like, I don't really play in front of people that
Mhm.
often. It's always been doing it for myself. It's just been a solitary thing. So to be able to have a place to throw some of my stuff out there and see what sticks, what doesn't, and getting some feedback, positive, negative, whatever it is, it's all helpful. And yeah, so I like to continue with that.
And just keep doing it.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, I like both of the songs you played. And just practice and self confidence is all that it really takes. I mean, yeah, I like those songs. So keep it up, man.
All
Look
right,
forward to seeing you back here.
cool. I'll keep on it.
Yeah, I definitely find that it's like I think when I did the first circle with Mick and Alejandro as well, like back in I think it was October we did it. It was just like I was so nervous, and it was my first time playing songs like in live in front of people, my stuff,
Mhm.
and it was like so scary. And now 6 months on, I can sit and I can play it, and I just like those nerves and that same sort of fear is just it's every time I show up, it just dissipates a little bit more, and it just becomes such a
Yeah.
rewarding experience. So for me, it's just the constant gratitude of having a community of songwriters to share my stuff with, and who I value their feedback and they value mine, and we just get to build and grow. Like I'm just finding that's what I really enjoy the most is just that presence and being here with everyone. So yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's a very symbiotic group.
Hmm.
So, how many other people tend to go in on the group with you? Have you had many other people?
We've had a few just kind of one-offs, but the main people, usually Alejandro, Alex is usually with us. He's traveling back in South Africa at the moment. Um, Ashley, I think, will be a more regular appearer in the in-person ones. Wade as well, in person. Ben. Um, I've got a few people who are interested in approaching it from more of like a musician perspective as well, but that's kind of, I don't know. Is there anyone I'm missing as of now? We had John and Paul.
And Ringo?
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for it. No Ringo. No George.
Yeah. Can't forget George. He's my favorite out of the bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, they came by for one. John's out in LA as well, and he likes to. I haven't heard from him in a while, but he said he enjoyed hearing the updates. I've got another friend, Christian, who I know would be interested in joining come a point. But yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I think I've kind of learned that it's like some people stick and some people don't, and the ones who stick are the ones who are meant to be there, and those are the nice people to be with and vibe with and build and grow alongside. So yeah, I think that's kind of where our core group's at. I don't know, Dan.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. We had Rob come to the one in person for a little bit. Just gonna keep putting it out there and seeing what happens. I think I'll probably end up switching the Zoom ones just for the sake of consistency, because we do the in-person ones on Wednesdays. Just like keep it consistent to Wednesdays. Just so that way it's always like Wednesday songwriter circles, whether in person or on Zoom.
Okay.
So that kind of, forget, somebody said that to me, and I think it was Wade who said it to me. I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you for really dreaming this concept up and putting it together and making it happen. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. You know, it's one thing to have the idea; it's another to follow through and make it actually work. So, kudos to you for putting yourself out there and trying it. And yeah, I think it's really great.
You're here.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's the first one took some courage, and at this point now it just feels like something that I need in order to keep going, type of a thing. So I appreciate it though, absolutely. Like stepping out and doing it and making it happen was very scary at first, but I'm hoping that in doing that I can inspire others to also step into the power of their songwriting and what we all have to share, and how we can inspire others to do the same. So
hell yeah, brother.
Trust the journey, trust the process, and see where it takes us.
Yeah, and have a great time tomorrow night, you know.
Thank you.
Sounds like it's going to be a blast.
Appreciate that. Yeah, the goal is to get a video of it, so I know Mick wants to watch it. I've got my studio's YouTube channel that I've kind of been posting snippets of the songs that we write in the circles as well, and other performances. So
Oh yeah?
yeah, I've been putting some stuff up there. I haven't posted anything from the last one, but I should post if you're open to it. It's just like, it's a nice way to like throw stuff up and be like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah,
Come check it out.
totally.
So for what it's worth. Yeah, Studio Raphael on YouTube. At Friends Quarters. Oops.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, nice to meet you, right? Good
Yeah.
to see you, Mick. You too, Aiden.
As always.
Thank you very much, as always. And what time should I show up tomorrow?
Doors will open at 7. Show for 7:30. So some time to give yourself to warm up, say hi to people as well, hang out. You know, I don't want it to be a high pressure environment. It's just about creating something nice and
For sure.
cozy. So
Any idea how many people have bought tickets so far?
2 have bought tickets on Eventbrite, but a lot of people have said to me they're gonna just come show up at the door. So
Cool.
I'm expecting like probably, as I said before, I tend to give a bigger number. So I'm gonna say anywhere between 8 to 20 people, and we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Cool.
Well, I'll see you there.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Have a good night, guys.
Yep. Nice meeting you all.
It's been a pleasure.
See you guys.
See you later.